Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada, and welcome to the Wednesday evening reading and discussion of Caitanya-caritāmṛta with the Prabhupada Disciples Association and the Hare Krishna Society. We have these names joined together because all the members of the Hare Krishna Society, our hope is that they will all become initiated disciples of Srila Prabhupada if they desire it. Initiation is based on the desire of the student to take up spiritual life with seriousness and accept a bona fide spiritual master. And there is so much confusion these days, especially created by so many gurus that exist in India, primarily, and a few in America nowadays, who have taken up this role of Diksha Guru. And this has put a lot of confusion in the minds of so many people. And the purpose of our group is to dispel this confusion, this indoctrination that's been perpetrated by people that are ambitious for profit, adoration, and distinction. And this is going on in the name of Chaitanya Vaishnavism. And the point is this, very simple. Now, I'm reading the Krishna book right now. And there's a section here where it speaks about the position of the gopis and their role as the highest servants of Krishna. Now, we're not a Gopi Bhava clique, no way. We're not interested in that. But the point is this, that the highest position for a devotee, a Vaishnava, in this line of disciplic succession is to be a servant of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupāda. That's it. Can you think of a higher service, Mother Ruchisha? Can you at all? Like you can think, oh, I become this big devotee. I'm in the preliminary stages of bhava. Oh yeah, sure. A lot of people think that. Like Trivikram, he was thinking he was some kind of big devotee. But look what happened to him. Kill guru, become guru. That was his business. And look at, he's finished. And somehow or other, they keep him going in the ISKCON cult. You know, they're going to have a rehabilitation session from Yaśodā-nandana in Mayapur somewhere. That seems kind of offensive, actually, if you think about it. But they don't think, they don't know. They're confused, very confused. It's called Maya, illusion. You think you know, but you don't know. That's the mistake. And when people who are sincere disciples of Srila Prabhupada try to explain to people the truth, they blaspheme us. Oh, heck darn. That's going to hurt our feelings. No, it won't. People can say whatever they want. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt us. Oh yeah, you've heard that, eh? We don't, it doesn't matter. Because our intent in legal terms, and are you a QC, Mother Ruchisha? Were you before? Is that what that QC is? Queen's Counsel? Huh? Oh, you can't. Your mic doesn't work. Anyway, forget it. Later. It's intent that decides whether a person in court is guilty or not. If they had no intent in killing somebody, it would be second-degree murder, not first degree, because they had no intent. It just sort of happened by circumstance. So it doesn't minimize it, but at the same time, intent is what determines whether a person is guilty or not of a crime. Their intent to steal. And in the case of these gurus, they had an intention to steal Prabhupada's movement, and they did. And that's going on. And that's why there is so much confusion in the material world nowadays, because everybody is self-motivated. Yes. And Krishna consciousness means you become purified of that false ego tendency to think I, me, and mine. I saw just one, before we move to our next section, I saw an interesting video, Yaśodā-nandana Prabhu, of Radhanath the other day. It was him promoting this temple in Ayodhya. And he started to talk about it. Oh, I was there in 1971, and I notice how it's all I, me, and mines. I was there, and I was under a tree, and then I came out of the tree, and I was sitting with these sadhus. Who knows what kind of sadhus they were? Mayavadis more likely than anything. And we did bhajan and kirtan all day, and then I took rest under the tree, And I'm so happy that we're celebrating Ayodhya, the birthplace of Ramachandra. And he spoke all about King Ram. Okay, fair enough. But did he mention for 1 second Srila Prabhupada's name? No. Did he mention anything about Krishna? No. He very discriminately left everything out because kill guru, become guru, and that's their business. And if you think it isn't right, call me up. So we'll go ahead. We got another section of, we have a new programming system, opening of japa, and now we have a section of Srila Prabhupada speaking, a short 7 or 8 minute lecture here, just to set the direction of the program on the right path, back home, back to Godhead. So we'll go to that right now. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Yeah, there we go.
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam. The process is, that is also mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya. If you want to understand the transcendental science, then you have to follow this principle. What is that? Tadvidhi pranipate. You have to surrender you, the same thing. Just like Namantava, unless you become submissive, you cannot be a surrendered soul. And where? Where? The pranipat. Where you will find a person that here is a person where I can surrender. Then that means you have to make a little test where to surrender. That much knowledge you must have. Don't surrender to any nonsense. You have to know how that intelligent and nonsense can be found out. That is also mentioned in the Psalm. That is mentioned in the Kathopanishad. Tadvidhi pranipatena Kathopanishad says that tadvijnanartham sa gurumeva avivachet sotriyam brahmanishtam. This sotriyam means that one who is coming in disciplic succession. And what is the proof that he has come under the disciplic succession? Brahmanishtam. Brahmanishtam means he is fully convinced about the Supreme Absolute Truth. So there you have to surrender. Pranipat. Pranipat means prakishta rupena nipatam. No reservation. If you find out such person, then surrender. Yeah, pranipat. And try to serve him, try to please him, and question him, the whole thing. You have to find out such an authoritative person and surrender unto him. Surrendering unto him means surrendering unto God, because he is the God's representative. But you are allowed to make questions, not to waste time, but to understand. That is called purification. These are the process. Everything is there. We have simply to adopt it. But if we don't adopt the process and simply waste our time by intoxication and speculation and all nonsensical activities, that is not possible ever. You'll never understand what is God. Because God is ununderstandable. It's not understandable by the demigods and by the great sages. What will be our tiny force? So, these are the processes. And if we follow asangamula, if you follow the principle and slow but sure, asangamula, without any doubt, if you that is the prataksham abhagavan. If you follow, you'll understand yourself. Yes, I am getting something. It's not that you are in blind. You are blindly following. As you follow the principle, You will understand. Just like if you eat proper nourishing foodstuff, you will feel yourself strength and your hunger satisfied. You haven't got to ask anybody. You will feel yourself. Similarly, if you come to the proper path and if you follow the principles, you will understand. Yes, I am making progress. So Prattakham, in the 9th chapter, here says, Prattakham avagavam dharma susukham. And it is very easy. And you can do in happy mood. And what is the process? You chant Hare Krishna and eat Krishna Prasad and study Bhagavad Gita philosophy. Hear nice musical sound. Is it very difficult? Is it very difficult? Not at all. So by this process, you will be asangamula. Nobody can cheat you. But if you want to be cheated, there are so many cheaters. So don't make a cheater and cheated society. Just follow the parampara system that is prescribed in the Vedic literature, as it is recommended by Krishna. Try to understand it from the authoritative source and try to apply it in your life. Then asangamudha samattesu. Samattesu means, matta means those who are eligible for dying, who are his conditioned souls, beginning from Brahma down to the insignificant ant. They are all martya. Martya means there is a time when they will die. So martesu, amongst the dying mortals, he becomes the most intelligent. Asangamura samartesu. Why? Sarva papai vimucchate. He is free from all kinds of reactions of sinful actions. In this world, in this material world, I mean to say, knowingly or unknowingly, we are all always committing sinful acts. So we have to get out of these reactions. And how to get out of it? That is also said in the Bhagavad Gita, Jagyartha karmannatra lokam karmavandana. If you do act only for Krishna, Jagga means Vishnu or Krishna. If you only act for Krishna, then you are free from the reaction of anything. Subhasubha, follow it. We do something auspicious or inauspicious. But those who are in Krishna consciousness and acting in that way, he has nothing to do with what is auspicious or inauspicious, because he is in touch with the most auspicious Krishna. So therefore, sarva papai pramuchyate, and he becomes free from all reactions of sinful activities. So this is the process, and if we adopt this process, so ultimately we can get in touch with Krishna and our life becomes successful. The process is very simple and everyone can adopt. Thank you.
And this was a very nice explanation of our philosophy, that we realize that when people are properly educated in the matter of how to find a bona fide spiritual master present in his Vani incarnation, as opposed to people that are following people in their Vapu form and being misled. When people understand this philosophy that we're preaching, they become happy. They do. They actually, the proof of the pudding is in the tasting. And we have a very good group, by the way. And I want to compliment all of you in your participation with this effort to protect Prabhupada's legacy in his transcendental Vani incarnation. And this is misunderstood by most people that claim to be Vaishnavas, have the dress of a Vaishnava, but have no idea of the philosophical position that a devotee should be in in association with the pure devotee, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupāda. Yes, very confused. I'll give you one more example and then we'll move forward. Our friend Ron Singh called up Trivikram 3 days ago. Trivikram, the former guru, sannyasi for 50 years, who's been in a relationship with a woman for the last year or so. Not just one day or this or that. It came out, and I saw someone made a comment, well, at least he came forward. Well, what could he do? He felt exposed, he got caught, and what could he say? Oh, well, I didn't do it. Yeah, continue to lie, build lie on lie. So he asked him, Ron Singh called him up. I got the tape, Ram Raghava. I'll have to send it to you, or I'll ask Ron Singh to send it to you. So Ron recorded his conversation, and he asked him, well, what does Prabhupada say about how to manage a society when he sent an extensive letter to Rupanuga in 1974 called Direction of Management. And this was his response. He goes, well, as far as I know, in 1977, Prabhupada said that the GBC are the ultimate managing authority. Oh, like, excuse me. How do you connect those dots, Mr. Trivikram? You can't, because you're a liar. That's what you are, and a fraudster. And you've been exposed. Now, go away and not initiate anybody in the future because you think you'll become a pure devotee again later. This is all a hoax, completely farce. And we'll carry on with the program. Quite interesting, eh, Rachisha? How we're going? Very interesting. And we're going to have the chanting of Jaya Radha Madhava by Srila Prabhupada. And after that, we're going to have our reading and discussion conducted with His Grace, by His Grace Yaśodā-nandana Prabhu from Twain Harte, California. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Haribol.
Sign. Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari. Jaya Radha Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava
Caitanya-caritāmṛta Siddhara Sadasyaman Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavindra ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityānanda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Sri Radha Krishna Go Gopinath Sam Kund Radha Kund Giridham ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Navadvip Dham ki jai. Swami Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Ganga Mai ki jai. Jamuna Mai ki jai. Tulasi Devi ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Swami Bhaktivinoda ki jai. All glories to the assembled Lord. All glories to the assembled Lord. Thank you very much.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. O my Lord, Sri Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, the all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. From Srimad Bhagavatam 1:1:1. Narayanam namaskritya. Narayanam namaskritya. Naram cheva narottamam. Naram cheva narottamam. Devim saraswatim vyasam. Devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet. Tato jayam udirayet. One should utter the means of conquest, Srimad Bhagavatam and Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta, after offering respectful obeisances, 1, to the personality of Godhead Narayana, 2, to the Narayana Rishi, who is the supermost human being, 3, to Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, then 4, to Srila Vyasadeva, the author. From Srimad Bhagavatam 1-4. Welcome everyone to this reading and discussion on Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta. As we do every week, we will be reading a few selected verses from the Caitanya-caritāmṛta himself, from the Adi-lila, chapter 1, describing the meaning and the benefit of hearing this powerful transcendental literature. Jai Jai Sri Caitanya Jai Nityānanda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Glory to Sri Caitanya and Nityānanda. Glory to Advaita Chandra, and glory to all the devotees of Sri Gaura, Lord Chaitanya. 18 Thakur Gaudiya ki Karya Chena Yatmasat. 18 Charana Vandan Tire Morinat. The three deities of Vrindavana, Madan Mohan, Govinda, and Gopinatha, have absorbed the heart and soul of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, followers of Lord Chaitanya. I worship their lotus feet, for they are the lords of my heart. Grante Rarambi Karimangala Charana Guru Vaishnav Bhagavanti Nirasmarana. In the beginning of this narration, simply by remembering the spiritual master, the devotees of the Lord, and the personality of Godhead, I have invoked their benedictions. Next. Tinirasmarane vigna vinashana anayase nijavanchita purana. Such remembrance destroys all difficulties and very easily enables one to fulfill his own desires. Simangala charanai trivida prakar vastu nirdesha shiravada namaskara. The invocation involved 3 processes: defining the objective, offering benedictions and offering obeisances. This reading is being conducted on the basis of the non-adulterated, non-changed, non-edited Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta version from 1974-75. All English synonyms, translations, and purports by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupāda, Founder-Ācārya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, also known as the Krishna Consciousness Movement. We will proceed with reading the verse for today, or verses. We're reading from Adi Lila, chapter 5, text number 173. Caitanya Prabhu Tandra Shudra Vishwas, Nityānanda Prati Tandra Vishwas Abhash, Caitanya Prabhuti, unto Lord Caitanya, Tanra, his, Sudrida, fixed, Vishvasa, faith, Nityānanda Prati, unto Lord Nityānanda, Tanra, his, Vishvasa Abhash, dim reflection of faith. Translation: my brother had firm faith in Lord Caitanya, but only a dim glimmer of faith in Lord Nityānanda. Text 174. Ihajani Ramadasera Dukha Elamane, Tabeta Brivratariami Karinu Bratsane, Iha, this, Jani, knowing, Rama Dasera, of the saint Rama Dasa. Dukkha, unhappiness. Oila, there was. Mane, in the mind. Tabe, at that time. Ta, certainly. Bratare, to my brother. Ami, I. Karinu, did. Bartsane, chastisement. Translation: knowing this, Sri Ramdas felt unhappy in his mind. I then rebuked my brother. Text 175. Duibaye katanu samara prakash, Nityānanda namana tomara habi sarvanash. Duibai, two brothers, ekatanu, one body, samana prakasha, equal manifestation, Nityānanda, Lord Nityānanda, namane, you do not believe, tomara, your, habe, that will be, sarvanasha, downfall. Translation: these two brothers, I told them, are like one body. They are identical manifestations. If you do not believe in Lord Nityānanda, you will fall down. Text 176. Heketa vishvasanya nakara saman, arda kukuti nyaya tomara praman. Heketa vishvasa, faith in one, anye, in the other, na, not, kara, do, samana, respect, arda kukuti nyaya, the logic of accepting half of a hen, tomara, your, pramana, evidence. Translation: if you have faith in one but disrespect the other, your logic is like the logic of accepting half a hen. Text 177. Kim vadon hanamani na hao tapashanda, ekamani arina mani et matabhanda, kimva, otherwise, donha, both of them, na, not, manina, accepting, how you become, ta, certainly, pashanda, atheist, eke, one of them, mani, accepting, are, the other, namani, not accepting, emata, this kind of faith, banda, hypocrisy. Translation. It would be better to be an atheist by slighting both brothers than a hypocrite by believing in one and slighting the other. Text 178. Kruddahai vamshi bhangi chale Ramadas, tatkale amara brataro elo sarvanash. Kruddahaya, being very much angry. Vamshi, the flute. Bhangi, breaking. Chale, departs. Ramadasa, of the name Ramadasa. Tatkale, at that time. Amara, my. Bratara, of the brother. Oela, there was. Sarvanasha, downfall. Translation. Thus Sri Ramadas broke his flute in anger and went away. And at that time my brother fell down. Text 179. Eto kahila tandra sevaka prabhav, arika kahitandra dayara swabhav, eta, thus. Kahila, explain. Tandra, of him. Sevaka prabhav, the power of the servant. Ara, other. Eka, one. Kahi, I say. Tanra, his. Dayara, of mercy. Swabhava, characteristic. Translation. I have thus described the power of the servants of Lord Nityānanda. Now I shall describe another characteristics of his mercy. Text 180. Baike Bartsinu Muhilane Guna Seratre Prabhu Mori Dila Darashana Baike, my brother, Bartsinu, chastise, Mui, I, Lana, taking, this, Guna, as a good quality, Seratre, on that night, Prabhu, my Lord, More, unto me, Dila, gave, Darashana, appearance. Translation. That night, Lord Nityānanda appeared to me in a dream because of my good quality in chastising my brother. Text 181. Nehati nikati jamat pura nama gramne name grama tan hasvapne dikadila Nityānanda Rama nehati grinikate, near the village Naihati, Jamatapura, Jamatpura, Name, by the name, Grama, village, Tanha, there, Svapne, in a dream, Deka, appearance, Dhila, gave, Nityānanda Rama, Lord Nityānanda Balarama. Translation. In the village of Jamatpura, which is near Naihati, Lord Nityānanda appeared to me in a dream. Purport. There is now a railway line to Jamatpur. If one wants to go there, he can take a train on the Katpa railway line and go directly to the station known as Salara. From that station, one can go directly to Jamatpura. Text 182. Dandavatoya ami padinu payete, nijapada padma prabhudila moramate. I fell at his feet, Dandavatoya, offering obeisances. Ami, I, padinu, fell down. Payete, at his lotus feet. Nijapada padma, his own lotus feet. Prabhu, the Lord, Dila, placed, Mora, my, Mate, on the head. Translation. I fell at his feet offering my obeisances, and he then placed his own lotus feet upon my head. Text 183. Uta uta bali more bali barabar, utitandra rupa deki oinu chamatkar. Uta uta, get up, get up. Bali, saying, More, unto me. Bale, says, Barabar, again and again. Uti, getting up. Tanra, his. Rupa deki, seeing the beauty. Aenu, became. Chamatkar, astonished. Translation. Arise, get up, he told me again and again. Upon rising, I was greatly astonished to see his beauty. Text 184. Shyama chikana kanti prakanda sharir, sakshat kandarpayechi mahamallavir. Shyama, blackish, chitkana, chikana, glossy, kanti, luster, prakanda, heavy, sharira, body, sakshat, directly, kandarpa, Cupid, yoiche, like, mahamalla, very stout and strong, vira, hero. Translation. He had a glossy, blackish complexion, and his tall, strong, heroic stature made him seem like Cupid himself. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Meritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityānanda Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Bhakti Siddhanta Shishyaya Bhaktivedanta Namine Prasannaya Prasantaya Tasme Shri Gurave Namah. Bhagavad Vandanam Kadyam Guru Vandana Purvakam Kshiram Sharkara Yuktam Kadate Visheshatah Adadana Strinam Danter Idam Yachi Punah Punah Srimad Rupa Padam Bhoja Dhulishyam Janma Janmani Amsho Bhagavatusmyaham Sadadaso asmi sarabata tat kripa pikshaku nityam tat prishtasat karomishvam Sri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityānanda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just while the class was beginning, I sent an email out to several of you, which described the power of Lord Nityananda's name. We see in this particular section of Caitanya-caritāmṛta how Krishnadas Kaviraj is describing the pastime of someone who disrespects Lord Nityānanda, and this devotee experienced great difficulty. Now, the proper philosophical understanding is that the bona fide Acharya, the empowered Acharya, the authorized Acharya, is the actual representative of Lord Nityānanda. Prabhupada explains in the Krishna book, Nayamatma Bala Hinela Labhya, that no one can make spiritual advancement without the mercy of Lord Balarama. And that mercy is manifested by the transcendental teachings of the bona fide Acharya, Srila Prabhupada. Now, this is not difficult to understand for those who have a little bit of brain and have not been victimized by Mayavad or Sahajiya philosophy. It's important to understand how the Acharya is available. Many people who are engrossed in the bodily conception of life are constantly criticizing devotees who are trying to emphasize Prabhupada's presence. They claim that Prabhupada is not here. He's not physically here. He's not available. You can't send him a letter and get a reply. To a certain extent, yes, that is true. But In Sanskrit, there's two terms. One is called prakrita, one is called aprakrita. Aprakrita is also called alaukika, and prakrita is laukika. Laukika means manifested on the physical plane. And alaukika is the same as aprakrita, is non-manifested on the physical plane. But Srila Prabhupada is still manifested on the physical plane. His deity has been installed in many temples. His picture is on the altar with many on all the temples. His books are there, at least the unrevised books are still there in many places. And Prabhupada's teachings, his transcendental bona fide teachings, non-adulterated teachings, are still available. So those who are a little intelligent and not too polluted with this pod problem, the prophet adoration distinction problem, can easily understand this. So rather than try to emphasize their physicality, they intelligently understand and emphasize Prabhupada's eternal presence and his availability. Just like we know from the Mahabharata that when Krishna desired to depart or to end his manifested pastimes in this world, he was near Dwarka, resting near a tree, and a hunter shot him with an arrow. Now, people usually will not die being shot an arrow in the foot, but Krishna departed. Prabhupada one time explained that these kind of pastimes are enacted to bewilder the atheist. Those who do not believe in the transcendental presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they will use incidents like that to criticize Krishna. Oh, just see, he died. So this is very important. This point is very important to understand how the spiritual master is currently present, how the bona fide Acharya is currently present. And those who are very busy trying to deny and decry the Acharya by changing his teachings, changing his sacred books, changing his instructions, they have no access to this confidential information, although they will claim they do. They will claim that they understand, but that their behavior, we can see they do not. That is why the Caitanya-caritāmṛta is so important. How do we understand the transcendental presence of Lord Chaitanya? In the Chaitanya Bhagavata, there's a very important point that is made by Vrindavan Das Thakur, that the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya are being seen, are being experienced right now by many devotees, although Lord Chaitanya had already departed. There's a very interesting big festival that took place called the Keturi Vaishnava Festival, organized by Janava Mata, the wife of Lord Nityānanda, and Narottam Das Thakur, and all the Vaishnavas from all over Bengal and Bangladesh came there. And they had very wonderful festivals, several days, so many kirtan, installation of deities. And at one point towards the end of the festival, when they were offering arti to the deities, the Panchatattva themselves directly were dancing in front of all the devotees. This has been recorded in Vaishnava literature, in Gaudiya Vaishnava literature. Now, somebody may not believe that, but it is a fact that devotees will directly experience the transcendental presence of Lord Chaitanya and the transcendental presence of Krishna. We've often given the story of in Calcutta in 1971, one sannyasi asked Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, when the spiritual master closes his eyes, what does he see? And Prabhupada chastised the devotee and said, that question you do not need to ask. And the devotee kept pushing. He said, but Prabhupada, when the pure devotee closes his eyes, what does he see? And Prabhupada said, yes. When the pure devotee closes his eyes, he sees the pastimes of Hare Krishna manifested in his heart 24 hours a day. Now think about that. Not just thinking, well, here's a picture of Krishna, he looks nice. No, 24 hours a day, directly experiencing the pastimes of Krishna. That is the highest level of pure devotee. We see in the Srimad Bhagavatam in the 5th canto how Srila Prabhupada is explaining. Kindly forgive me, I've got a little bit of allergy here. Srila Prabhupada is explaining that one should approach someone who has directly seen Krishna. This is not figurative. This is not allegorical. This is direct. Directly experienced Krishna. Prabhupada was asked several times by reporters, have you seen God? Have you seen Krishna? Prabhupada said, yes. Many times he said, you can also see, you have to develop the eyes to see. So this is the first point, how to see Krishna, how to feel and experience the direct presence of Lord Chaitanya. This is not a show bottle program. This is not the program to show off or just to criticize people. Somebody recently made a comment, oh, you two are always going back to the same point, you're just criticizing. Nope. We are fact-finding and analyzing what has taken place and discussing it from various and all angles of vision. We don't muzzle people, and anybody is welcome to come to the program and discuss their objections, their concerns, their questions, or contact Vishwakarma. He's given his phone number several times. He'll give it to you again right now if you're willing to talk to him. But a lot of people don't want to talk. They just want to sit behind. Just today I saw somebody, there was an article recently that we explained Srila Prabhupada's letters to Tushta Krishna. One very nice devotee in Russia, Bhaktivedanta, has written a book refuting 60 objections, a book to the transcendental system of initiation that Prabhupada established. Sometimes it's called the Ritvik system. I call it the Prabhupada focus system, or whatever name. So somebody wrote, oh no, you're all wrong, this is all wrong, this is all bogus. It's obvious the person did not read the article, did not read carefully. It's interesting how in 1987, one of the major figures in these controversies wrote a lengthy article criticizing the management and the managers of ISKCON for suppressing the publication of Prabhupada's letters. And there was so many other criticisms, valid criticism, we should say. So the question is, who was suppressing these letters? Why would they suppress Prabhupada's letters? But now many of them are very busy trying to pull out these letters, which they once tried to suppress, to try to prove their illusory philosophy. Oh, very nice. So the question is, why is it that one of these letters threatened to kill Solochan, saying, you're dead meat on the hook if you don't return these Prabhupada letters? Oh, I see. So those letters must contain something that's very threatening to these people. What was in these letters? Because when we carefully study these letters, we don't find, especially the last few months of Srila Prabhupada's Prakrita life, or his manifested presence, we don't find any evidence whatsoever of a letter appointing anyone as initiating Acharya or as a successor Acharya. It does not exist because it is a myth. Myth, M-Y-T-H. Srila Prabhupada very nicely explained in his books that you cannot manufacture a perfect man. In Mayapur, this Trivikram Swami once asked Srila Prabhupada, Trivikram Das, one asked Srila Prabhupada, well, what happened to the Gaudiya Math? Why did it fall apart? And Prabhupada's reply says, you cannot make a perfect man. That is not possible. The Gaudiya Math tried it in 1937. The ISKCON managerial leaders tried it in 1978, and it did not work. How did it try to fix it? Well, let's invent an election system, a voting system. Oh, really? It's interesting, Gaur Govinda Swami came to Badger, California, USA in 1993, and Puranjan and myself went to see him. And we voiced our objection to him with this idea of appointed acharyas. And he admitted that this was wrong. So then he said, actually, the personality of Kali has entered the highest position and offices in ISKCON. And we told him, could you repeat that? He said, yes. The personality of Kali has infiltrated the highest position and offices in ISKCON. Oh, really? What happened? Prabhupada explains in the Caitanya-caritāmṛta what happens if you disobey the orders of the spiritual master. We see in this story, this devotee who belittled Lord Nityānanda, what happened to it? Immediately fell off. Immediately fell down. We have all experienced various interesting exchanges with some of our friends and colleagues, let's say that. I'm not going to call them godbrothers because many of them don't behave like godbrothers, more like politicians, but let's leave that for a moment. Especially after Prabhupada departed. When it was presented to the leaders of this movement that what you're doing was never really mentioned by Srila Prabhupada in the last few months of his manifested presence, and this should not be done. Vyasasana, new pranam mantras, big guru pujas, pictures on the altar, all of these nonsense things. And their objection was, well, we got all this from the advisor in Navadvip. Oh, really? Okay. Did Prabhupada advise you that? No. Did Prabhupada tell you to do all that, especially in the last few months of his manifested presence? Did he ever tell you to put big vyasasana in his temples? Nope. When we pointed out to some of them that this is offensive and a blasphemy against the Acharya to take separate worship in front of one's guru, they laughed. They say, oh, Prabhupada did it. We can do it. These scriptural injunctions are not in Prabhupada's books already. That's not good for them. And look what happened. Look what nobody is willing to look at the history of what happened. Because when you carefully look at the history, in context with Prabhupada's statements and Prabhupada's instruction, there's a major divergence. And they'll say, well, we're making so much progress. We have money and we have so many temples. We have so many devotees. You know, in 1970 in New York, Prabhupada was asked once, Prabhupada, we want to open hundreds, thousands of temples. And Prabhupada said, yes, that is very nice. You do that. But if you disobey the instructions of the spiritual master, it will all be show bottle. And Prabhupada said, do you know what show bottle is? He said, in India, they have some shops. They will keep some glass bottle, colored bottle with some water in it, advertising as medicine. But it has no effect. So this is the same problem. We're not a Sahaja Sampradayas, inventing mantras, changing the teachings of the Acharya, disrespecting the instructions of the Acharya, and thinking we're making advancements because we have so many devotees. Well, why are you changing the chanting? Why are you changing the kirtan that Prabhupada gave? Don't you know that Prabhupada said that harmoniums and these accordions are not to be used for kirtan? You never heard that? Prabhupada said kirtan is meant for kartal and mridanga. That is how Lord Chaitanya did kirtan. But they will not listen. They have their own ideas. They think they know better. They think they know better. There was one person in 1976 who wrote a letter to Prabhupada asking his blessings so he could find another guru. And Prabhupada's reply says, why would you want my blessings? If I'm not good enough for you, what are you using my blessings? But this person was presenting the bogus living guru, Diksha Guru philosophy, criticizing the disciplic succession that Prabhupada gave in the Bhagavad Gita, that His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada gave in his books. But that disciplic section does not mention every live body physically present Diksha Guru. It was given the main Mahabhagavata in the succession. And he ended up getting ejected. Prabhupada, he became an envious snake. And the same bogus philosophy is being propagated by the managers of ISKCON, their physicality philosophy. Did they ever read Prabhupada's books? I mentioned the last class. When will they ever compile a complete, thorough compilation of all of Prabhupada's statements about Diksha, initiation, initiated, initiator? I don't believe they ever did that. Will they ever do that? Will they ever discuss these issues in public? How they became acharyas? By vote, by election, by some secret meeting? I was just telling a devotee the other day how in 1977, one brahmachari in Mayapur had a discussion with one of the flamboyant sannyasis in Mayapur who told him, we're going to be building 11 Vyasasanas for the new gurus. Oh, really? Prabhupada was still present in his departure bed. You're already scheming and planning to build your Vyasasana? Wonderful discussion, isn't it? You can see why they don't allow discussion of their history and activities. We'll leave it at that for now. Thank you very much. To whom it may concern. Hare
Wow.
Krishna.
It concerns all of us. And thank you very much. Very powerful explanation of truth over illusion or confusion. Truth will set you free. An illusion will entangle you in repeated birth and death. Yes. Because time is very short. Yes, it is. We only live a few short moments in this life. We think we'll live on, but this is Maya. This is illusion. Just like we think we'll be happy in this world. And we imagine, well, if I have this amount of money, if I get this type of job, if I have this type of relationship, if I have this kind of car and this kind of house, it's all fallible soldiers. If we think if I get these, I'll be happy. But when you get them, do you become happy? No, you don't. Prabhupada uses the example of Mother Ruchisha of a mirage in the desert. You're desperately looking for water because you're starving. You're trying to be happy and you're thinking, okay, if I just get some water, I'll be happy. And you imagine there's an oasis in the desert. And when you get to that spot where you imagined there is water, guess what you find? Sand. You find sand. There is no happiness in this world. But people are thinking, I can imagine that I can find happiness in this world if I get all these things arranged in my life. And that goes for these people that want to be guru and they're not qualified. It's a material business. That's all it is. And they can't connect the dots. That's their problem, Rang Raghava. They can't connect the dots. For example, let me give a simple example for all of us. Prabhupada said this: when you chant the holy name on the lips of your tongue, on the tips of your tongue, then Krishna is dancing on your tongue. Very interesting. Dancing on the tip of your tongue. What does that mean? Does that mean that the name and the form are different? Does it? Just like in the material world, you can say the word water, but it won't quench your thirst unless you have the form. That's called duality. Duality means the name and the form are different. Now, this is a simple principle, that the name and form of Krishna are the same. There is no difference between the name Krishna and the form Krishna. They're transcendentally present. And there's a great potency when you chant the holy names. It'll purify you of all the contamination of material desire. It destroys it eventually, especially if you chant offenselessly. And we're going to play the offenses at the end of the program today, so people are aware there are offenses when chanting the holy name. There are rules, and memorize them. Everyone, memorize them. The name and form of Krishna are non-different. Now, let me point this out, Ram Raghava. Everything the spiritual master speaks is Shastra. Can it be refuted? No. Scripture is, from the lips of the pure devotee, is irrefutable. It's absolute. All these instructions that Prabhupada gave us, in terms of his letters, his lectures, his books, his conversations, it's a total sound incarnation of the pure devotee in the modern times. It's much different than before, where these things could not be captured. Correct? Could they? No, like later we'll show a lecture of Prabhupada speaking again. And we're going to show those lectures ongoing in our classes as part of our PhD program to help our members become fully educated on the facts of transcendental science of Bhakti Yoga, that the name and form of the spiritual master are identical. It's called Vani incarnation, and that's why we stress this. We're not concocting this. This is a fact, but people are bewildered, very bewildered. Did you see those posts Ram Raghava put in up today with this devotee from somewhere, VPD? And he's writing he's got some kind of inside story on the goings on in ISKCON these days. The gyms, the taking of steroids, the boys and girls, the meeting of men and women, this and that, all changed, much different. I remember back in the 70s, it was quite different. I mean, we were really different. Prabhupada had said, the exchange between men and women should be like this. Pass the salt, please. That was it. And a lot of people followed it strictly. I know all the brahmacharis, for some time in our ashram, we did not associate with women at all. No. It was strict. It was much different than it is now. Just see, this guy's putting up these interesting comments in our chat box tonight. He's got some inside scoop. I have a lot of spies myself that give me the inside scoop on the ISKCON world. And one of them, of course, is our godbrother Puranjana. He's always got some scoops. So if you ever want to get some scoops on that, I'm not interested. We are not interested, really. How much are you going to gloat over a person falling down? Hey, Ram Raghava, do we gloat on that? No. I comment on it, but I feel sorry for Trivikran and Giriraj. And the latest victim is the fellow that's over in Europe, Niranjana. He's got some kind of sort of posts coming up online saying he can't talk to anybody. Oh, I can't talk to anybody because I'm so stressed. You're what? You're I'm so stressed. I got a headache. I can't sleep. My stomach, it's upset. He's writing all these mundane explanations about his pathetic existence as a fake guru. And right in front of our eyes, we're reading, he's getting all these reactions because he has a few thousand innocent people that he's misleading. Oh, really? Well, look at the case of they call him Jayapatita. I don't know who made it up, but at any rate, we're getting insights of people in Mayapur saying that, Ram Raghava. People in a group, in a large group, and they're saying they're living in Mayapur, they're somehow attached to the Dham, they want to be there. It's a beautiful place, it's amazing. I've been there many times. It's a sad thing that I don't think I'll be able to go there for fear of danger of my life. Because, people talk, And we talk about the realities of the situation. But the point is this, that these people are suffering reactions for their actions. It's a serious thing. Remember this, Ram Raghava. Remember this. When you take the role of a Diksha Guru, what is the stipulation when you get that disciple? The stipulation is you have to accept their bad karma. Oh my God, I got enough bad karma I'm trying to absolve it. You go ahead and accept 50,000 disciples. And Lord Chaitanya said, don't accept many followers. And somehow or other, someone gave a compliment. Prabhupada gave Jayapata, oh, make disciple. And he took that to the ultimate. Bro, when he used to come to Toronto, it was pathetic. He came to Toronto at least 30 to 40 times to see me. And what did he do? He'd come to the temple. He never chanted his rounds. He never got up for the program. He got up and had prasadam, and he'd get in a car and go out and recruit new disciples in that area to raise donations to send back to India. Yes. And that was the game that was going on. The fraudulent business of the gurus. Nowadays, it's even worse. Toronto is completely collapsed. And the person there, Bhakti Marg Swami, Bhakti Marg John Vis, is flying around the world recruiting new disciples. In Trinidad, Kanta knows it. In Trinidad, he's recruiting people. In Cuba, he's recruiting people. All over the world. For what reason? And let the temple in Toronto completely fall apart with some kind of board? It's madness. It's insanity. And I've got to be careful that I don't get mad, because I'm not. But it is disturbing. It's unfortunate. And really, do we care? No. We do, but we don't. What can you do? This is reality. So the sound of Krishna and the name and form of Krishna are non-different. They're non-dual. And Krishna is living in sound. And Prabhupada is also living in sound. And when we all take shelter of Prabhupada's books, like we do, and it's very enjoyable actually, and our program is, all of you, I know you're doing this, you're reading. I get great pleasure every morning when I get up and I start my morning, I start my rounds, and I start reading Krishna. Now I'm reading, Mother Ruchisa's smiling because she knows I'm reading all the books. I've read Nectar, all these books, I keep going. But I keep with this new book that I'm, not new book, but the new book that I've started to read again, which is the Krishna book, is fantastic. Oh my God. And I can't really describe how good it is because it's beyond words. It really is. And I don't want to sound sahajya, so I'm not. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm good. I'm enjoying it very much because it's giving me an understanding that Krishna is a person. And Prabhupada is revealing that to us. And that there is a personal relationship with the Supreme Lord for us at the time that we depart this world by Krishna's grace. If we follow the process of trying to please Srila Prabhupada, that is our service. That is our mission. That is Krishna Katha, our focus. It's a focus. And it's called samadhi, trance. It's a trance where you're always engaged in thinking of Prabhupada, always engaged in thinking of Krishna according to Prabhupada's unadulterated teachings. And there is form in sound. There is. Now, some people will deny that, and that's what they do. Oh, Prabhupada's not here anymore. That's ridiculous. That's not yoga. That's not yoga. That's not linking with Krishna, linking with the Guru. Yoga means to link with. That is not linking with anybody except the confusion of material life, which goes on and on. It's gone crazy, eh? If you look at the news, I look at the news occasionally, every day kind of thing. You can't help it. It's there on Facebook. That's kind of my news media now. And what do you find on Facebook? Well, guess what? What? Well, there's a war between the Jews and the Muslims. Oh, really? Yeah, they're fighting in Gaza, and they're sending bombs to everybody, and they've got this golden dome, and they're protecting themselves from the ballistic missiles from Iran. It's terrible what's going on. Then Canada just committed $4.3 billion to support this guy in Ukraine to carry on the war against Russia. Oh, wow. People are sleeping in the mountain here in Hamilton, in the mountainside. They're congregating in the parks in these tent cities, and they're sending $4.3 billion to Vladimir, whoever he is, Zelensky or something. For what? To go to war? This gay blade? It's Kali Yuga beyond. It's gone crazy. This is insane. This woke transgender insanity that's going on. And we are pathetically involved in it. But we're not interested. We are not involved in political parties or political movements. Not at all. We are in one movement, the Sankirtan movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, period. And that's our samadhi. And, you know, I wanted to say this before we carry on with the program. We're getting a very positive response from a lot of people that are stepping up. We have our friend, he's on the screen here, Vinay Sandeep, on his iPhone. And I'm noticing recently, because he contacts myself and Yaśodā on almost a daily basis. He called me today. I couldn't take it because we were busy with a lot of administration with our group. But I'm noticing he's changing. He's very much changing. He's understanding what we're saying. He's listening, and he's making advancement. Yes, he is. And I'm so happy for him that he is making the effort to understand the principles that we're preaching in these very important programs. This is not don't minimize this. And by the way, if you want to get initiated in our group, you have to attend these programs. There is no excuses. We're not interested in people that are half interested in what we're doing. We're printing and publishing books. We're distributing them. We're initiating people as Prabhupada disciples. We're conducting classes. What are you guys doing? Someone said, well, you're not doing anything. We're forming Sankirtan parties. We are doing things. We're distributing prasadam through our membership. Our membership are becoming fixed up. They're preaching around the world with this understanding of this philosophy. This is going on. And if you can't see it, you're blind. And it's because of cooperation. Yes, we have cooperation with a group of very nice Vaishnavas, all Prabhupada disciples or aspiring people who want to become Prabhupada disciples. And we want you to become a Prabhupada disciple, a bona fide disciple. How's that, Ram Raghava? Was I getting too intense? So I apologize, everyone. We're going to move to another section, and we'll carry on with this discussion going forward in the following weeks and months and years. And this thing will change eventually, as long as somebody doesn't try to sabotage us within. Who knows? We're going to go to a section that Yaśodā-nandana has been reading called Time and Circumstance. And we're going to ask him to refer to these circumstances and this time, which is beyond space and time, the transcendental world of the Prabhupada Disciples Association, Hare Krishna Society. Yaśodā-nandana Prabhu, please go ahead.
Thank you for that. We are reading from Time, Place, and Circumstances, which is a compilation of several Vaishnava devotees in 1993 in Badger, California. We are reading from page number 4, the exalted position of His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, performed many activities to preach the message of Lord Chaitanya, which were also unprecedented in nature. Some of these unprecedented activities are described as follows. 1. He took the order of sannyas by himself in the same manner as Sripad Ramanujarya had done previously. 2. He allowed brahmacharis to wear saffron-colored cloth, which had not been done before in the Vedic Vaishnava culture. 3. He gave Brahminical diksha to all varnas, or to qualified members of all classes of society. 4. He personally wore sewn cloths, coats, etc., which are forbidden in the Shastras for a sannyasi. 5. He had his sannyasi disciples travel in motor cars, live in marble palaces, travel across the ocean, etc. Srila Prabhupada expresses this in his Falgun Krishna Panchami, number 5. Generally, the sannyasis renounce everything and go stay in the mountain caves, but you, O Master, keep your sannyasis in mansions of marble. And this is from the, you see here, Vaishishtyastakam, very nicely described. And then describe, Hindus are not allowed to cross the ocean, but you send your devotees overseas to preach. This is section number 2.14 of Vaishishtyastakam. All of these unprecedented activities are technically restricted in the Vedas. Yet, in order to establish the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as directed by his father, Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur, he performed these unprecedented activities. Srila Prabhupada explains these unconventional methods as follows. This is a quote from Srila Prabhupada in Adi Lila of Caitanya-caritāmṛta, chapter 7, text 37. Every Acharya has a specific means of propagating his spiritual movement with the aim of bringing men to Krishna consciousness. Therefore, the method of one Acharya may be different from one another, but the ultimate goal is never neglected. An Acharya should devise a means by which people somehow or other come to Krishna consciousness. And back to you in the studio, Vishwakarma. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Very much appreciated. And we're going to move forward with the program. I wanted to ask Ram Raghava, how's it going on YouTube this evening? Can you give us a report? Any questions there?
Yes, we had up to 8 people, no questions.
No questions, okay. I wanted to make an announcement. We are doing a Vyas Puja offering, okay? And that is in September, so we've got some time. It's still June. But if you want to start preparing your offerings, we will put them up on our Hare Krishna Society web page, and one of our devotees has volunteered to compile it into a booklet. So that is one project that we're doing. Yes, Yaśodā, please.
Actually, the Vyas Puja is on Sunday, August 17th, so it's coming up very soon. Sunday, August 17, 2025. If you have not sent in your offerings, please send in your offerings and we'll forward them to the devotees who have volunteered the compilation of the electronic book, this wonderful event. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, thank you. Now we have a big event coming up as well, which is the arrival of the Delhi Bhagavatams at port in America. Now, this is a first time through for us, and it's a learning experience. We're doing well. We're overcoming all the difficulties, and we guarantee that the books will be in distribution very soon. And I was having an extensive conversation with our godbrother, Bhakta Ransing, who's in Orville, California. And I thought I'd call on him for a minute just to explain some of the points that we went over today in regards to donations and addresses and other details in terms of this logistics of the distribution. Bhaktivedanta Singh, Hare Krishna.
Jai, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So first of all, we'd like to thank all the devotees who have kindly donated to this campaign of the GoFundMe campaign. We are very thankful, and the books have arrived. It will be going out in the next week or week and a half. And a lot of devotees who are watching online, we have lots of projects going on. So we'd like to ask them to donate towards this wonderful cause. We have more projects lined up in the background. And if you have benefited and you're watching offline, we have a Hare Krishna Society charitable organization, which is a 501c3 organization recognized by the federal government and the California state government, which we can give you a receipt for whatever donation you give. So we're asking devotees to participate in this service as well. We also have the service of the distribution of Srila Prabhupada Srimad Bhagavatam sets. We also want more devotees to come up and take up this service of distributing these books. And we'd like to get it out as soon as possible. Ideally, if we can get it up within 6 months, this whole set of books, then we can go towards the next project, which Vishwakarma, Yaśodā-nandana, and we're working in the background. So thank you again very much to all the devotees who have donated. The books will be going out soon. If you have any questions, Vishwakarma is there, Yaśodā-nandana is there, myself. So just feel free to reach out to us, and we'll be glad to give you some service if you really want to assist Srila Prabhupada in going about spreading the Krishna consciousness movement.
Okay, thank you. So the point is this. Getting books is one thing, distributing books is another. Now this is a challenge, book distribution. Books just don't fly out the door. You have to work at it. Sales is it's a profession. It's a professional thing. You have to work at it. You have to make a list. You have to call people. You have to follow them up. You have to talk to them. You have to encourage them. We want people to get these prized books and treasure them as an opportunity to have the original pre-ISKCON books that Prabhupada created in 1959, 1962, 64, and 65, I should say. 62, that's when he had those printed. And they're fantastic. They're prized possessions. And somehow or other, we've fallen into this great opportunity to distribute them. So if you're motivated to help us in this distribution, we have 6,000 books, okay? That's 2,000 sets of 3 books in a set. So if you're interested, get a hold of us, because we're going to set up the logistics of getting these books into circulation globally. I know we have a situation. Our friend Vijaya Pandit in Italy, he distributed 23 sets of these books in Italy prior to their order, prior to their printing, is as a part of his campaign to distribute these books and get support for them. So all kinds of logistics, all kinds of things. But if you're involved, if you want to be involved, the highest service you can render is to please the spiritual master. And this distribution of these books is something very dear to Prabhupada's mission and to our mission. And please step up and take part in this grand opportunity and show your determination to please Prabhupada and thereby get the attention of Krishna. Very simple. Dharma Bhavana in Dallas, Texas. Go ahead, please. I talked to him earlier today. Go ahead. Are you ready? Go ahead.
Yeah. In a second, I'm trying to
Get the
get the video going. I can't get it more.
Yeah, you should run the video anyway. It's a more proper etiquette.
It's not working. I can't get the video to work.
Okay, just talk. Go ahead. That's all right.
Yeah,
Sound and form are the same. Go ahead.
Spoke about some interesting things. In the Chaitanya Bhagavat or Chaitanya Mangal, that's where the description came from that we spoke of today, though, if I'm not mistaken. The big festival organized by Jadava Mataji, and devotees came from all over Bengal and Bangladesh. And I was just thinking in regards to the Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityānanda personally appearing there after they had already finished their earthly pastimes was a pretty amazing thing. Well, one of my neighbors was not too long ago was telling me how he thought Prabhupada and Jesus were not exactly the same, that Jesus rose from the dead, but Prabhupada didn't rise from the dead. But we talk about every day how Prabhupada is present in his Vani incarnation. And he doesn't have to personally appear to us. We feel his presence and understand his powers. And we surely can understand how Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityānanda amazed all the devotees there by having their personal appearance and dancing and chanting at this festival. So I thought that was a beautiful way to describe it today. Thank you, Haribol.
Well, thank you, Dharma Bhavana. And by the way, one of your members down there got a hold of me. I told them we're going to send you the books to Dallas, and you'll be able to distribute them to the few people that participated from your area. And hopefully you can get more people to get a chance to get a copy of these, how can I say, collector's items for the future. Because who knows what will happen? A lot of people are worried that the world is going to end, eh? That there's going to be some kind of bombs or world. Let's see. Let's all see how it unfolds. But at the same time, we'll keep going because our service is eternal and our mission is eternal, and we are eternal, Sat Chit Ananda, and we are part of the eternal pastimes of Lord Chaitanya and Srila Prabhupada. So it's all wonderful. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and play the Hare Krishna mantra led by Srila Prabhupada. Yes. And that's a kirtan, so chant along. And then after that, we're going to bring up another lecture from Srila Prabhupada for your information and education. Ram Raghava, let's roll out this next section of the show. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
No sound, Ramaragava. Go ahead. See if you can get the sound. Just a small technical issues, everyone. Sorry, we apologize. We'll see if we can fix that.
The machine, the man who is not very expert, he's trying whole day, night, how to adjust it. But the expert comes and at once sees what is the defect and it just where this, where that, and machine begins to start. Oh, you see? Just like sometimes we find difficulty in our this tape recorder, and Mr. Carl and somebody comes and rectifies this. So everything requires some expert knowledge. So karma means work. We have to work. Without working, even this body and soul cannot go. It is a very misconception that for one who is for spiritual realization, he hasn't got to work. No, he has got to work more. Persons who are not for spiritual realization, they may be engaged in work for 8 hours only. But those who are engaged for spiritual realization, they are engaged 24 hours. 24 hours. That is the difference. And that difference is, you will find that on the material platform, on the bodily conception of life, if you work for 8 hours only, you will feel fatigued. But spiritual purpose, if you work more than 24 hours, unfortunately you haven't got more than 24 hours at your disposal, still you won't feel fatigued. I tell you, this is my practical experience. This is my practical experience. And I am here, always working. Something reading or writing, 24 hours. Simply when I feel hungry, I take some food, and simply when I feel asleep, I go to bed. Otherwise, always, I don't feel fatigue. You can ask Mr. Paul whether I am not doing this. So I take pleasure in doing that. I don't feel fatigue. Similarly, when one will have that spiritual sense, you won't feel, rather you'll feel disgusted to go to sleep. So sleep has come just to disturb him. See, he wants to lessen the time of sleeping. Then now, as we pray, Bande Rupa Sanatano Raghujigo Sri Jiva Gopalako, these 6 Goswamis, they were deputed by Lord Chaitanya to discuss this science. They have written immense literature about it, you see. So, you will be surprised that they were sleeping only for 1.5 hours daily. Not more than that. That also sometimes they forego. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare.
We're going to play the 10 offenses.
Nectar of Devotion, Chapter 8, Offenses to be Avoided. The offenses against the chanting of the holy name are as follows. First, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. Second, to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. Sometimes the atheistic class of men take it that any demigod is as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. But one who is a devotee knows that no demigod, however great he may be, is independently as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, if someone thinks that he can chant Kali, Kali or Durga, Durga, and it is the same as Hare Krishna, that is the greatest offense. Third, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Fourth, to blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in pursuance of the Vedic version. Fifth, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. Sixth, to give some interpretation on the holy name of the Lord. Seventh, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord. Because by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one can be freed from all kinds of sinful reactions. It should not be taken that one may continue to act sinfully and after that chant Hare Krishna to neutralize his sins. Such a dangerous mentality is very offensive and should be avoided. 8th, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities. Karma Kanda. 9th, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. Anyone can take part in chanting the holy name of the Lord, but in the beginning one should not be instructed about the transcendental potency of the Lord. Those who are too sinful cannot appreciate the transcendental glories of the Lord, and therefore it is better not to instruct them in this matter. 10th, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy names, and to maintain material attachments, even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityānanda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakti Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Ready,
Hare Hare
Mala?
Hare Krishna
Let's start.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna
That's maximum.
Krishna Krishna Hare
The
Hare
mix is
Hare
very
Ram
tight.
Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Ram Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Let us offer our respectful obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnava devotees. Vanchakalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances. We all offer our respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who can fulfill the desires of everyone, just like these are trees, and who are full of compassion for the fallen souls. Thanks, everybody, for participating in this lively discussion and reading on Caitanya-caritāmṛta. We welcome unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who can fulfill the desires of everyone, just like these are trees. Canada, Ram Raghava Prabhu in Georgia, Krishna Kata Prabhu in San Diego, Michael Dillon in Yuba City, California, Ron Singh in Oroville, California, and everybody participating in this wonderful program, Bhakta Roy in Mississippi, Shama Sundar in Australia. Thanks everyone for participating in this lively program. We invite you to come on Saturday morning for a Bhagavad Gita reading and discussion at 7 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time, corresponding to 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. Thanks, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare